I'm making a thermos today, so I rolled this clay out on a setting 3 and rolled it around one of my knitting pins, and I smoothened it out before I baked it. After baking, I took it off the knitting needle and I rolled out another piece of clay on a setting 7, and I did the same with this piece, rolled it around the knitting needle and baked it. The thick one of these tubes I cut in pieces in 1.5 centimeters length. I rolled a tiny ball of clay, used bacon bond on one end of the tube and squeezed this little ball of clay at the end to make the bottom of my thermos. Then I take the thin of my tubes and I cut a tiny piece of it like you see here. And I'm going to put it on my knitting needle again, taking the bottom piece, putting some bacon bond around the top and sticking it on the knitting needle to join the two pieces together like you see. Then I rolled out a thin snake of white clay and I put that around the connection between the two parts, and I smoothen it out so it looks really nice, and then I bake it. I found out that this camper cutter had the same size as the tube, and I rolled out a piece of clay on a setting 7, and I'm making the cup around this camper cutter. So first I'm making the cup itself, smoothing out the connection. And here I'm making a tiny handle to put on the cup that I'm placing here carefully so it looks really nice. I take a tiny piece of black clay and roll it in potato flour, put it into the thermos and making a tiny plug for the top of it. I bake the plug and the cup piece together. I rolled out a piece of clay in a setting 7, squeezed the cup carefully down into it so I could cut it out for the shape of the bottom, used some bacon bond to glue this piece on, and I softened out the edges before I baked this little part again. I made these stickers with my Saran Creator sticker, and I will leave the link for these in the info box below. I pick one I like and I put it around my thermos, and you might have to put a tiny piece of tape over the connection where the two parts meet each other. So here we go, that's it, and your little thermos is all done with the cup and the plug. So all I have left to say is happy crafting!